In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up FluentBooking for the first time. I'll also go through all the important features to make sure that you have an efficient, functional booking website. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to obviously purchase FluentBooking. I have a link to that in the video description below. Now, once you've purchased it, you're going to need to log into your dashboard. It's going to look something like this. And then you want to go ahead and download it like that. Next, you want to copy your license key because this is what you're going to add onto your website so that you continue to get updates. Now, on my website, I've just installed Divi, but you can use any page builder. All right, so now we're going to come over here to plugins and then click on Add New. I'm going to click on Upload Plugin and then choose File. So here we can see it has downloaded. This is FluentBooking Pro 1.01. Double click on that, click on Install Now. Next, you need to go ahead and activate the plugin. So straight away, you can see it's prompting us to activate our license. So this is where we need to go, or you can come over here to FluentBooking and then go to your settings. So now I'm going to click on settings and then enter my license key. Now to do that, you want to come all the way down here to license and then paste it. Click on verify license. So pretty much we are good to go. So let's head over now to our dashboard. So the dashboard here is very important because this will give you a bird's eye view of what is happening on your website. But at the moment, we have this step-by-step process of setting up our first calendar event because we don't have any events on our website yet. So now let's go ahead and enter our event. So I'm going to choose here event type. So here we have one-to-one or we have group. So for this example, let's do a one-to-one. So I'm going to click on that. So let's just call this Divi one-to-one. And then here we can choose the minutes. So let's add 60 minutes here. And we can also enter our description. Next, let's choose our location. So here, this is going to be an online one-to-one session, but you can also have an in-person and also do it over the phone. So I'm going to click on online meeting and then my meeting link here. This is where you need to add your Zoom link or Google Meet. But for now, I'm just going to enter a Lorem 2 link because I haven't set up my Google Meet yet. Anyway, I'm going to click on update. So here we can select your time zone. I'm going to leave it as it is. Click on continue. Now it's time to add your availability time. So let's say you're not available on Mondays. You can just uncheck that. So that's great. Or you can also uncheck Fridays. So this could be maybe you're available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The next step now is to click on continue. And pretty much we are done. So there are also more features here that you can go in and set regarding this particular booking. So you can go to our schedule settings here. And as you can see here, I can do some overrides. So if you want to specifically add some overrides, you can click here on edit availability. I'm going to click on that. So now I can go in specifically and add an override. So let's say I click here on add a data override. I could say on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, I'm not available. I'm going to click on mark as unavailable and then click on apply. So now that date range is not available. This is very important in times where, let's say, you have a vacation or you have a hospital appointment or you're not feeling well. You can always go into your calendar at any time and go in and adjust those dates. So now that I have this all set, I'm going to click on Save Changes. At this point, it's a good idea now to have a look and see what this booking calendar looks like. So to have a look, all you have to do is to either go back over here to your dashboard so you can see all the calendars. And you're going to notice now that the dashboard has changed since now we have a booking calendar. Now look how beautiful that is. So this is going to give us all the information regarding all our bookings. So for example, we'll see a blue line here if people have booked. We're also going to see this one here, completed and cancelled. Okay, so now let's go to our calendars and we should see the calendar that we've just created. And here it is. It's called Divi one-to-one. Now I can go into share. We have now 3 options. So this is where you can choose this shortcode if you're using a page builder. So I'm going to click on that to copy. We also have a landing page, but we have to activate this first, and I'll show you in a moment how to activate it. Or you can add it to a block if you're using Gutenberg. All right, so now that I've chosen the shortcode, let's go ahead and enter this on our page. So I'm going to come over here, add new page, and this is using Divi, but like I said, you can use any page builder. I'm going to call this Divi booking and then click on use Divi builder. So for this, I'm going to start from scratch. However, you can choose from a pre-made layout. In fact, you know what? Let's choose a pre-made layout so you can see how easy this is to use. So I'm going to choose this beach rentals. I'm going to click on that and then click on use this layout, import presets. Okay, great. Our layout now has been imported. So since we're having this booking calendar on the actual page, we're going to remove this call to action button just like that. Then I'm going to scroll down here and add a new section. So I'm going to click on this plus button, regular section, single column. So since we need a shortcode, I'm just going to enter my text module here like that, or you can choose the shortcode module. And then all I have to do now, snap this over to the left so I can see everything, and then just paste my booking shortcode just like that. Now I'm going to hit save. We can now exit the visual builder. So now when we scroll down, we notice that we have our booking calendar. Now remember, we have some dates that we had excluded. So that means this is all we have here. And I can cycle through this and this will give us all the dates that I'm available. So you can see here, I'm not available on Sundays, Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But like I said, if there's any date that you need to go in and override, you can just go in and perhaps maybe get rid of 21, 22, 23, and so on. So this is very powerful. Now that we are on this calendar, we might as well go through the process of how someone can go in and book their one-to-one session. So to do that, I'm just going to choose a date. So I'm going to choose the 23rd, and I can choose my time as well. So let's say it's 12 o'clock. Click on that, click on next. This is my email here. So let me just add my name. That I'm going to click on schedule meeting. So just like that, that's now my booking. I'm going to get an email notification, and I'll show you in a moment where these notifications are set. So once that email notification comes through, I'm now ready to attend my meeting. Now, while we're on this page, you can also take a look here. It says need to make a change. You can reschedule, you can cancel, and also you can add this to the calendar. So this will now be added onto your Google Calendar, or you can also have custom calendars by coming over here. Now, the really cool thing about this as well is this system has Google Sync. So whatever is on your calendar, it's all going to sync as soon as you add all your events on your calendar. So pretty much this is how it works. And now I have my check mark here. If I now go back to my website, we're going to notice now that on our dashboard, there has been an update. So let's go to FluentBooking dashboard by clicking here. And sure enough, you can see now we have one booking. So over here as well, we can take a look at our calendars. So this is where all our calendars are going to be. If we come over here to bookings, this is where all the bookings are going to be. I can actually view the details here by clicking there. And this will give me all the information about this particular person that has booked. It also tells me the time, the length, and so on. Now, if I click on these three little dots here, I can say mark as completed, I can cancel it, or just say don't show. Okay, now let's go back over here to our bookings. I want to show you something else. You can also show your bookings by showing the completed ones, the latest bookings, or if you want to see all of them, one after the other, you can always see them over here. Now, the cool thing as well here is you can also search. So you can imagine you have moments or points where you have hundreds of bookings and you really want to search for a specific person. This makes it easier by coming over here and searching for the actual booking. You can also drill down and take a look at specific meetings over here once you've labeled them, and you can also go by event. So let's say we have more than 10 events here. You can choose a specific one and then search for the booking. So this just makes it easier for you to find all your information that you need. All right, so let's go back over here to our dashboard. Now here on the dashboard, we also have our start and end date. So you can show your stats based on that, which is also very, very good. On the side here, we also have our next meetings. It also shows you the latest booked meetings. All right, so now that we have this, now let's take a look at some other settings. Now let's say you want to add someone else to be a host of these meetings. You can add your host by coming over here. Now, what a host is someone that you give permissions on your website to actually conduct these one-to-one sessions or group sessions. So if I come over here now to add new host, you're going to notice that when I click here, I have now mac@maketa.co.uk. So if I select that, that's going to be the host of the next event. So this time, let's set up a group session. So this is good for webinars, on online classes. In fact, I will be using this on diviuniversity.com. So if I click here on group, I can set my event type. So I'm just going to call this webinar. So this is going to be online. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, add my meeting link. Next, I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to leave these as they are. Click on continue again. So now what you're going to notice is there is something different here. We have maximum invitees in spots. So let's say I want to have maximum 100, and I really like this feature because you can minimize how many people you want to have in each meeting. So first come, first serve. Once you hit that number, pretty much it's all done. Now over here, we also have remaining spots on booking page. So I want to show this so that people can see how many spots are remaining. So with that all set now, I'm going to hit save changes. And now let's take a look at this. But this time I want to show a landing page because this has the option of a landing page as well. So this is the latest one. So I'm going to go in and click on share. And this time I'm going to click on landing page so I can see what the landing page looks like. So over here, I'm going to click on enable because this has to be enabled first before you can use this feature. So all I have to do is to come over here and enable the landing page feature. Now, what you can also do is to come over here and add your image or your picture. So I'm going to say upload files so that the landing page at least looks much better. So I'm going to go to my desktop. This is where I have my image. Double click on that. Next, I'm going to click on insert into post. Now you can also add a featured image here if you want to, but I'm going to keep things very simple here. I'm going to add a bit of a description and then click on save changes. So now let's go back to our calendars, click on share. And this time we're going to show this by using this landing page. So I'm going to say view, or I can just copy it and paste this in a new tab. So there we go. You can see here my image here is showing and my calendar is showing as well. Now this is something you can do if you're not bothered with going into a page builder, designing the page and so on, or even in Gutenberg. So this is your landing page that you share on your social media platforms or even with your email subscribers. All right, so now that we have this, I mean, this works pretty much the same way as how I did in the first example. If you click here, you can choose your date. So the cool thing here, it shows you how many spots are left. And this is unique to the group setup. So if I click here and click on next, let's say I'm booking for this one here, schedule a meeting. Now, out of the box, this is what FluentBooking does. It's simple. You can just have these two fields, your name, email address, and you can also have an option so that they tell you what the meeting is about. But what if you want to have more advanced fields that you want to add on this form? Now, this is what I'm going to show you next. Now, for this to work, you need to go in and install Fluent Forms. So let's go ahead now and create a brand new form. So I'm going to come over here to Forms. I'm going to say add new form, start from scratch. So let's start with our name fields, email address. So let's pretend that this is a booking form for a booking calendar for a holiday resort. So this time we want some areas here that we can add where people can choose how many rooms they want to book. So I'm going to go in here and let's start customizing this. So I'm going to say in this field here, how many rooms do you need? So I've added options here for 2 rooms, 3 rooms, or a full house. And let's say you also want to add other fields. Let's go back to our input fields. This time I want to go in and choose radio field. So I'm going to click here on this edit button. So for this question here, I'm going to say, do you require room service? Now the next field is very important. So let's go ahead and look for that. So I'm going to come over here and search for my calendars. And there we go. Fluent booking field. So I'm going to click on that. And now we have this drop down over here. I'm going to click on the pencil icon, and this is where now we get to choose our calendar. So when I click on this drop down, you notice that we have our webinar. Remember, we also have our Divi one-to-one. So let's just pretend that this is the booking for our holiday resort. So I'm going to click on Divi one-to-one. I'm going to choose the guest email field. So this is going to be email and the name. And I'm going to say this is required. And pretty much I'm good to go. Now, if I hit save settings, I can now choose this shortcode by clicking here. Now let's go to that page that we created earlier on. It's called Divi Booking. I'm going to click on Edit with Divi. And this time we're going to replace this shortcode with the new one that we've just created. So I'm going to paste it like that. Click on Save. We're going to save the page and exit the Visual Builder. So this time we want to see what this looks like. So I'm going to click on Exit Visual Builder. And sure enough, we have our updated booking form. So here you can add your first name, email address, and then I can choose here the rooms. Do you require room service? I can say no. In fact, let me just add my name here, email address. Now, if I scroll down here, I can choose my dates. So let's go to November the 30th and let's go with 10. And now we're going to submit the form. Now let's come back over here to our website. So I'm going to go to all my forms here so we can see that entry. And my entry is right here. And we notice now that we have this entry here, which I just entered. I'm going to click on that. And here are all my details. So pretty cool. And if I go to my FluentBooking dashboard, you can see now we have 3 bookings. And if I come over here, I can drill down and pretty much see all my latest bookings and so on. Okay, so pretty much this is how to create advanced forms. But what if you want to add email marketing automation into your booking system? Well, this is possible as well. This time you're going to need Fluent CRM. Again, I have a link to that in the video description below. So I've already gone ahead and installed it. So now I need to go in and create a tag. So this is how we're going to manage all our customers that book on our website. So I'm going to come over here to Fluent CRM. Now, the first thing you want to do is to go to tags and create tags for each booking form. That way it's much easier for you to know or to send your emails to the right place. So this one here is asking me to go through this whole process. I'm going to say not right now. So this is going to be a quick integration that I want to show you, which is really, really cool to do. So what I'm going to do here is to come over to contacts and then click on tags. I'm going to create my new tag. So this one here is going to be holiday bookings, create. Next, I'm going to create the automation. So I'm going to come over here to automations, create new automation, and I'm going to come over here to booking. So you can see everything is already, created for us. The integration is there. Once you install Fluent CRM can see all the booking forms, which is fantastic. So I'm going to call this holiday bookings. All right. So this automation is for someone that has a new booking, but you can also create an automation for someone that cancels the booking. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on continue. So what I want to do now is to choose the booking calendar. So I'm going to come over here. Now remember, we have the webinar and the DV one-to-one. So let's choose this one here and then click on save settings. So I'm going to do a basic one here. I'm going to say add action. So first of all, I'm going to say wait and let's add 15 minutes. So I'm going to come over here to minutes, save settings. Now this is optional, by the way. It's up to you how you want to set this up. So now I'm going to click on add action, but this time I want to add a custom email because I want them to receive an email right away as soon as they book. So I'm going to say thanks for the booking. And then this is where I add my email body. So I'm going to paste some dummy text, scroll down here, click on save settings. There we go. So once someone books on our particular form, the holiday resort, this system here is going to wait 15 minutes and then it's going to send a custom welcome email. So this is pretty cool. It's fantastic. You can now go in and add upgrades. So let's say you want to sell them a specific service that's at the holiday resort. You can always create new emails and do all your upsells. So as you can see, this is a very, very powerful system. If you combine FluentBooking, Fluent CRM, and Fluent Forms. So this all works together as a complete functional setup for your website. Okay, so now that I have this, you may be wondering, okay, so what happens now? Don't we have emails that are sent automatically when someone books or when someone cancels? Well, there are basic emails that go out, and let me show you where they are. So let's go back to FluentBooking so that you can have a look at this. So I'm going to come over here to settings. And by the way, this page is very, very important because this is where you get to pretty much adjust everything. So this is your admin email. So this is this takes it up from how you set up your WordPress website. But if you want to override this, you can just go ahead and override. Okay, now moving on here, we have our email settings. So from, you can add MAC there, from email address. So you can just go in and update all this. The next part here I want to talk about is the team. So remember, I mentioned that you need to add teams so that you can designate them to the right calendar or events. So this is where you click here to add your team member. Just click here on team member. You can search for the host. And then this is where you add all your permissions. So for example, you can say read, write, access to all bookings, access to manage all availabilities, and so on. Next, we have your Google Calendar or Meet. So this is where you can add your client ID, secret key, and this now is going to work with your Google Calendars. And like I mentioned before, this is synchronized, so the data that's entered here is going to be automatically updated onto your Google Calendar. Next here we have Zoom. So Zoom is also very powerful. I'm sure a lot of you know about Zoom, so you can connect your Zoom account over here as well. We also have SMS by Twilio. I haven't used this before. And then finally we have Stripe. So this is where you can add your Stripe details if you want to take payments for your one-to-one sessions or for your bookings and so on. So this is a complete system and I really like the way it's set up. The only thing I have to say about the payment system here, we only have Stripe. It'll be nice if there's PayPal as well and all these other payment gateways to just make it open to pretty much everyone wherever they are. The last thing I want to talk about is, let's say you want to disable the booking form or the booking calendar. You can just come over here, click on these three little dots, disable it. So now it doesn't show on the front end, so no one can book because now it's disabled. At any point, if you want to come back in and turn it back on, you can just go ahead and click on, turn on, and now it's going to be available again. But if you want to delete it altogether, you can just click on over here, click on delete, and then pretty much it's gone and it's gone for good. So all in all, this is a very powerful system. As you can see, it's very hard to find any flaws with this. I mean, the Google Sync is there. You can also take payments. You can do one-to-one. And this booking system can be used for pretty much anything you can think of that requires booking. So let's say you have a gym where you are a personal trainer. This system works perfect. If you're an online educator, just like what I do, I can create webinars. I can do also one-to-one consultancy for anyone that wants to know, say, for example, how to use Divi and they want one-to-one sessions. I can do that as well. You can also do this system so that when someone books for a specific call, all that information is there. All you have to do is to just wait for the call. But the bookings are all done using FluentBooking. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I have a link to that in the video description below. If you want to go ahead and purchase it, this will really, really help my channel. Thanks a lot and see you in the next video.